past president, and it has been
President
president,
Miller.
and in the future almost to be president-elect.
Okay, we got to get the show on the road. All right, we got some folks to introduce here, and they are really some nice people. First of all, coming in, we have our, from the great state of Iowa, the president of Iowa, Sherry. Okay, hello. Oh, wait a minute. Easy. Okay. The president of Kansas. Wait a minute. Don't hold your applause. Don't come in yet. I don't know why you gave this to me, but from the town, Kathleen Bishop, CPP Magic Crescent, Michael Curry. Thank you a lot. You know, Michael. Yeah, thank you. I'll tell you what. That's sunflower stage for you. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now we're down in Nebraska. What do we got from Nebraska? Oh, Steve Miller. The great state of Nebraska. Steve Miller, wonderful man. Come on in. Thank you very much. Oh, hey, look out. We got from the great state of Missouri, the Sterba State. Debbie Kurtz, and escorted by her daddy. Thank you. That's here from Debbie and Steve. And beautiful, lovely, adorable wife, Connie. He just had the operation. Okay. And look at here. Here we go. Back to Iowa. The beautiful state of Iowa. Angela Gamble. Thank you. Oh, my God. Crowd of crews. Back to Iowa. Heart America board member Suzanne Fisher, escorted by Wes Fisher, her son. Come on in, Suzanne. Let's hear it for her. Thank you. Missouri board member Linda Nichols, escorted by Dean Arthur. Come on in. Okay. How about Nebraska? Tom Sterba and his wife. Oh, look at back here. We got our good friend and compadre from Iowa, Mr. Bruce Belly. Okay, look at flew in from Kansas. It's Steve Smith and his beautiful wife, Edie. And next on our list is, they're from Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri. Executive Director Stephen Harvey and his wife Kathy. Hello. Oh my God. Past president from Iowa. Whoa, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Love you, Iowa. Hey, from Nebraska, Don Milroy and his charming wife Angie. And hello from Nebraska, Secretary Jim Dingwelll. Okay, next on our list is President-elect and Treasurer Ron Clevenger and wife Linda from Kansas.
That's it.
Everybody in? What you got, Bill? Huh? We in? That's it? Everybody in? Where? That's it. We're done. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, President. We have a president?
No.
Who's our president? Hey, how about the president from Missouri, Tom Strade? And at this time, I would like to introduce our HOA President, Tom Strade.
Over here. Bill walks into the Expo Center this afternoon and says, "Tom, we got to go to Plan B." There wasn't any Plan B. We worked it out. Tag team match of Slower and Bacon. Oh, welcome to the 2007 edition of the Heart of America Awards Banquet. I want to thank each of you for your continued support of HOA. It takes many elements and even more hard work to successfully pull it off. A very dedicated board of directors, a tireless executive director, judges, speakers, volunteer workers, vendors, and not the least, you, the attendees. Thank you so much. And I'd like you to give all of the elements a great big hand. Now, I'm not sure which portion of this tag team is going to take over, but I think I turn it back over to Gerald.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Just have a seat, please. Thank you. Sit down. Appreciate it very much. Enough said. I'd at this time like to recognize some very special honored guests in our presence. First of all, seriously, Ron Nichols, PPN Director, and his wife Cheryl. Could you please stand? Thank you. Thank you very much. Do we have any judges in the room at this time? Judges? Yeah, Tom. I mean, yeah, Ron. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, how about exhibitors?
Oh, well, we go look at it sometime. I'm going to help Mr. Schlummer out. Now we're a team. Have you seen better now? Did that work better?
Okay.
This is a challenge for the Iowa people. Give me a name of a town in Iowa that is the first name on the list on the state map or the last name. Missouri, the same thing. The first name on the state map or the last name. Hang on just for a second. Kansas, same thing. And Missouri, same thing. I need an Iowa answer.
What's the first one? I don't know what he said.
Iowa, you want to stay on Iowa?
Plus, they all need to work tomorrow morning to actually release your cases to you. I would like those who work on our print crew to please stand, and that does include our computer people last down there.
Service Award. This one is very important to me. I think it recognizes some of the people that may or may not get a lot of pats on the back, may not get a lot of recognition, but yet they work their tails off for the good of you, the members, and for this association. Tonight, we are presenting the PPA Distinguished Service Award to an individual who has shown himself to be dedicated and reliable with a willingness to serve. For many years, he watched for an opportunity to open his own studio and to become a full-time professional. Finally, in 1990, he found what seemed to be the best location for him. And when he returned to that site, he was disappointed to find that another photographer had already moved in. Immediately, he made a visit to the new owner, and I understand he laughs about it today, about his persistence in requesting to work with that new owner. That owner was Dwayne Kohler. He would not give up, and as Dwayne began turning away weddings, he called on this man, and a new wedding photographer was born. Our recipient credits Dwayne with much of his wedding expertise in guiding him toward his master's degree. As Dwayne's health failed, this man was always there, covering weddings, lending moral support in any way he could. As Dwayne Kohler's tragic death grew near, he called on our award recipient, and Kohler photography became lasting memories. Our recipient grew up with his father owning a bowling establishment. And somehow, of course, he developed a great skill in that sport. And it's no wonder that his dedication to the task at hand, keeping his eye on the mark. Service requires compassionate heart, and this man has consistently shown himself to be a willing worker in any capacity. For the last few years, he's very capably served, coordinating flight times and travel arrangements for HOA speakers and jurors. I personally used his service for quite some time when I was the print chair for this group. He is the president-elect of Greater Kansas City PPA, serves on the senior board of Kansas. It is with high regard that the Heart of America region presents the Distinguished Service Award to David G. Hans. Yes.
You're all right.
Behalf of the Professional Photographers of America, I am pleased to extend my gratitude. Congratulations to this year's recipient. Would all those of you that have received the national award in the past, please come forward and join me at the podium. What a group. At this time, let me present Debbie Kurtz to tell us more about this year's recipient.
It is my honor tonight to read and present this award. This award presentation was not written by myself, but written by a dear friend of the recipients, and I will reveal that later. For this award, the inscription on the National Award reads, "For meticulous contributions to professional photography." Tonight's recipient has exemplified the service with caring and a sharing spirit, making it impossible to keep his identity a secret for more than a few moments. This is going to be hard, you guys will probably know this. But as a young man, his career began in photography in the armed forces. After his tour of duty, he knew exactly what lay ahead of him as a career. He soon became involved with a quality studio and mentored under the late Merle Blocker for a number of years. Merle often laughed over a particular wedding where tonight's honoree was assisting. The wedding party seemed strangely resistant to being photographed. Dedicated to the task at hand, the young apprentice utilized tables and chairs to be certain the wedding attendees were dutifully recorded. Later, Merle told his assistant that this particular wedding had mafia connections. For some week, the sound of a car backfiring would send the young apprentice running for cover. Humor has played a large part in the professional growth of this young man. Nerdly slide presentations have brought laughter to conventions throughout the nation. His expertise in the darkroom has been the catalyst for hundreds of merited images, as well as 3 gold awards for the best print of the entire national exhibit, with one of those being his own. As a master photographic craftsman with a fellowship in the American Society of Photographers and as an affiliated juror, he has not only proven his knowledge of the photographic image, but exhibits a passion for creativity and releasing the shutter at the decisive moment. He has stepped from the emulsion into the era of digital image with the same degree of enthusiasm and imagination. He is well known in the region. He is well known in the region for answering the call for assistance from wherever it came. Whatever the assignment, a call for help will find him ready to aid. The family of Dwayne Kohler continues to be grateful for his efforts in keeping the studio open and providing emotional support to his friend Dwayne during the struggle with terminal cancer. As he travels the nation as a juror and a speaker, he never ceases to be a mentor to a new generation and a willing counselor. Many master ribbon holders are grateful for his guidance. He is never seeking the challenges of tomorrow.
David, you better have him.
You need to go behind the microphone for your speech or something.
Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I solemnly swear to maintain and uphold the Constitution and bylaws Your word. Okay. Heart of America Professional Photographers Association. I will strive and work to the best of my ability to carry out the duties of the office to which I have been elected and for the advancement of our association. Please lower your hands. In accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of the Heart of America Professional Photographers, it is my privilege to introduce to you Garrett Brunn and Terry Winslow as the newly installed directors for the state of Nebraska.
What about it, Steve? Is my fingers don't reach the
Lights on. Okay.
yeah.
Lights on. Smile, Mom.
Everyone would grab a seat. We'll get started with the Professional Photographers of Nebraska Awards breakfast.
Yeah. That's a good call.
I can tell you what my
I want to welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed Part A. Part B is going to get better because it's all the good people.
Yeah!
Working from the agenda that was given to me by your president, says start on time, sharp. If it looks like we don't have any cheesecake, tell a joke.
How long ago was that?
We got cheesecakes, I think we're good to go. I'd like to introduce your board of directors.
1961?
We got one a little loud over here. Tell them guys next door to shut up, will you? That's not good.
I really don't know.
Somebody will work on that for me, I'd appreciate that. I can talk louder, but it could get ugly. First off, introducing your past president, Mr. Brad Clark, escorted by B. Parker. Director and print chairman, Mr. Eric Brunn, escorted by his lovely wife, Carol.
Yeah!
Director, editor, CPP liaison, escorted by Jason Sterba, is beautiful Jessica Velasquez. Director and Educational Monday Chair, escorted by Tammy Arnold, the very, very, very beautiful Matt Oska. Your secretary, escorted by Cindy Maurer, the world's best dancer in jeans, Brian Bear. Your treasurer, Mr. Bob Alberts and his beautiful wife, Angie. They party all night and they're in the room next to me and it could be real ugly tonight. Officer, President-elect, Mr. Jeff Funk, with his wife, Terry, also Director and Membership Chairman. And escorted by Ms. Sherry Rohrig, the one and the only Nebraska President, Mr. Stephen Miller. If you would like to have a seat, in just a moment we're going to have some dessert, but I would first welcome everyone to be seated, and before we get on with the evening's festivities, I'd like to take this opportunity while everybody's being nice and quiet, if we could have just a quick moment of silence in recognition of those who have passed from our group in the last year. Leave it to the Deo boys to go first. As the boys are passing this out, Don, is there a reason that you're sitting by yourself?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
That's good enough reason.
Don and all of his friends, huh?
Quickly, I want to recognize those people who did the decorating tonight and this with the beautiful flowers and the centerpieces. The committee was Joanne Deo, Angie Alberts, Angie Milroy, Judy Manhass, Tammy Arnold, Carol Brunn, Nikki Bauman, Linda Z, Tina Marie Cernick, and I think that was somewhere when she was not partying. Could we just very quickly, I know that if we do this, we're going to have a whole bunch of people standing, but can I ask all the Nebraska past presidents to stand, please? We can recognize these folks. You can blame all of these people for everything that's happened up to tonight. And while we're serving, our dessert's going to keep things moving so that we don't get into Wednesday on this thing. I would like to ask Matt Hoska to come up, please, and he's going to tell us a little bit about Educational Mondays.
Basically, we have two great programs signed up for Educational Mondays. Tina will be giving one on children's portraiture on location. And we also have Tom and Chris Goff will be giving a good one on senior photography. Now these two, we're keeping them to a pretty small number, just 12 individuals for each group. So if you want to go to one of these, make sure and get your forms filled out, signed in as soon as possible. Because if you're not one of the first 12, you will not get in this year. And if you're one of the ones after 12, we will just keep your money and you won't be able to go anyway, so thank you.
That maybe.
I put forms on the tables. It is April 30th and then May 21st.
Thank you, Matt. Moving right along, I think this would be a good time to ask Mr. Bob Albers to come up and give us a little preview of the fall conference.
There will be a party and some speakers. Thank you. Trying to keep it brief. The dates are September 15th through the 17th in September 2007. Coming over from Iowa, we have Bob Hawkins, going to give a program called Competition College. A gentleman named Brian Welsh from Oregon is coming to give a program called On, In, and Through, a program about workflow, working on your business, in your business, and
I don't think the microphone's working, Sandy.
All right. Normally, I don't have to give out fellowships awards here. We usually do it in January. So. But
There's no mic. He never hooked it up. He never hooked it up. It's not even hooked in.
All right. Normally, I don't have to give out awards for the fellowship at the HOA, but we kind of lacked a little bit of time on getting all the plaques ready for this. So it's a special award, and so just kind of keep in mind, if you are up for a fellowship award, you will be giving them out usually at the January seminar, okay? So it's a good motivation to go to the January seminar. Right? First of all, the diamond service degree is designated by a black ribbon with a gold medallion, and there is a diamond implanted in it where the city is of the recipient. And it's accumulated of 45 service awards, or excuse me, service in 125 total. And I would like to award this award to Terry Winslow. And I'd like to read on the plaque, it says, the diamond service degree is the highest service degree earned by a member of the Professional Photographers of Nebraska. And it is given in recognition of a lifetime of service and dedication to the organization of the professional photographers. And that means they do have to put in a lot of wonderful hours, and we appreciate everything you've done. All right, and The second Diamond Fellowship is with the Burgundy ribbon, and this is for 80 services and 35 prints. And the recipient is Eric Brunn.
Yes, I was so surprised. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Eric, turn around.
Thank you.
Fine job, Sandy, as usual. Mr. Funk, I believe you have a presentation to make. Oh, Steve does? I don't see that on the program. Could you sit down? It says Jeff Funk next.
It says right here. It says me. It says me. You know what? That lady that just sat down, she is a lucky woman. That is it. Oh, look at it. I get to give out something really fun here. I don't know what the heck it is or who it goes to or anything. Let me look. Okay. Let's see who it is. Okay. This is an award for somebody who is going to become a life member. And it's kind of a bittersweet award tonight because a lot of things have happened to this individual. He started out in photography when he was 12 years old. And he shot his first wedding when he was 15. Okay. And we got an idea yet? Besides him? Or her? Okay, here's what some people have to say about this gentleman. Jim Freeze says he is I can't say that word, perfectionist. And he's a really good friend. Milroy says he always talks to his better half and says, I don't look like much, but I can put out. Brad Clark said, this taught me to live life gooder than. Anybody know who that is? Tom Strade says, his dedication to the HOA and p.o.v can't be argued or contested. Nikki B says, he is God. And if you don't believe me, ask him. Tina says, I'm glad you didn't really eat that beetle bug. J. Michael says, incredible to be his wingman and wingman. And his beautiful wife says, he is a caring, loving, and kind gentleman. And this gentleman deserves to be a life member. Could all please stand up and recognize Jim Dingwelll.
I appreciate it. We need to move on because you guys got some party.
Not in the room next to mine.
It shows how long I've been around. Back in the day, I was the one that was getting in trouble and raising hell and staying up late. Now I want to go to bed about 9:30. Thank you very much. I appreciate this honor. It's very, 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 very special. Oh, that's even better. Thank you. I was thinking about not coming anymore, but I don't have to pay.
Thank you very much, everybody. Now are we ready for Jeff Funk to make a presentation? Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, I'll make this short and sweet. You know how much I like to talk. I'd like to present to my president, Steve Miller, his merit from p.o.v. And then there's also your plaque. And the left name is...
There's our picture man out.
There you are. Now you're official. Now you got a gavel. Congratulations. And who we got next? Oh, print awards, I think. Let's see. Matt Hushka and Eric Brunn are going to present the awards.
Thank you, Board of Nebraska. On behalf of Kodak, I'm honored to be here. This by far is the funnest part of my job, handing out these awards. And I hope it means as much to you as it does to me. I'm handing these out. I love handing these out. Let's get to the awards. So let's get right to it.
Okay, I would like to start off tonight. First, we're going to do the Kodak Gallery Award for the Best Portrait, and that would be going to Mr. Richard. Jason Deo.
Say that I agree with Dennis. This is part of the fun part of the job, and it gives me really great pleasure to be up here to give this award and to honor photographers who strive in images of excellence. This prestigious Fujifilm Award is given to the maker of the best image in its category at these annual print competitions. It is given to the best image, and it's usually indicated by its highest score. And in its category, the judges must agree that it best represents a category with the highest level of professional photography. I'd like to congratulate this year's recipients and thank them for the support of Fujifilm.
Okay, moving right along. The first one is the Fuji Masterpiece Award, and that's going to be for portrait, and that would go to Mr. Jim Freeze for Her Daddy's Worst Nightmare. And next up, in the wedding category, for the Fuji Masterpiece Award, we'll go to From Nebraska.
Yeah.
And I do have to say I had the title first. Jeff copied it.
Actually, he had last year.
And then also again in the Fuji Masterpiece Awards, guys, we got to work harder here. We left a wedding album and a commercial Fuji on the table. Yes, ma'am.
I thought you were doing Fuji's.
Fuji Masterpiece Award for Illustrative goes to, from Nebraska also, York, Nebraska, Steve Abbott with April Shower. And also thank you, Mark, and thank you, Fuji. Thank you very much. Masters, this is for certified professional photographers, and it is the non-master portrait of the year, and that one goes to one of our wonderful board members, Jessica Kalaska, with the yin and the yang.
Jessica.
And then also the Nebraska Certified Professional Photographers Print of the Year in the, as I said, the master category. That one will go to Elsie Moore, I'm Not Square.
Ah. She's not present.
Obviously, Elsie's not able to be with us tonight. If I could ask Mr. Jim Freeze to please come up. He's going to tell us a little bit about the ASP award, and then we'll be awarding that as well.
As your ASP Nebraska representative, ASP is an organization a lot of people don't know about. And a few years back, we had the honor of having a national ASP president, and that is with J. Michael McBride. And Michael, why don't you stand up, be recognized. ASP was formed to give us a little bit more teeth into recognizing.
Jim Freeze, come back up. Our daddy's work nightmare.
Thank you, son.
Next up, we're going to go through the Nebraska Top 10 Non-Masters Division. These awards are given based on a total K-score, a total score of all 4 of your prints. And we're going to start off with number 10 and work our way down. So number 10, non-master photographer of Nebraska, is with a K-score of 308.8 would be Mr. Doug Dreyer. Obviously, Doug's not here. Number 9 will go to a new member of Nebraska with a total K-score of 309.4, and that would be Steph Mantooth. Our number 8, and I happen to know this person is here, goes to, again, another new member. His total print K-score was 310.6, and that is from Deo's Photography, Justin Zerfus. If you guys haven't met Justin yet, he's a very nice young man, and we're going to try and keep him away from the Deo's boys' influence here.
Too late.
Number 7, non-master photographer of the year, with a K-score of 310.8 from Omaha, Nebraska, Mr. Jason Sterba.
Yeah, Jason.
non-master professional or non-master photographer of the year would be, with a case score of 311.8, the lovely Jessica Galaska. Number 5 non-master photographer of the year with a case score of 314.2 from Omaha, Nebraska, Cindy Maurer. Number 4 non-master photographer of the year from Nebraska, from again Omaha, Nebraska, Rich Deo with a case score of 319. This one could take us a while because I think they've got a long way to walk. Number 3 non-master photographer of the year from Nebraska, 320.6, Mr. Matt Huska. Okay, the number 2 non-master photographer of the year with a case score of 320.6 would be Mindy Parker from Papillion, Nebraska. Number 1 non-master of the year would be from Lincoln, Nebraska, Mr. Jeff Bauman. Bless you. Bless you. And from Omaha, Nebraska, with a case score of 323.4, Mr. L.C. Moore. Number 4, with a print case score of 329.4, from York, Nebraska, Mr. Steve Adams. And our number 3 Nebraska Master Photographer of the Year with a case score of 333.6 from North Platte, Nebraska, Mr. Keith Howe. And our number 2 Nebraska top 5 photographer from Omaha, Nebraska, and that would be me, Eric Brun. Okay, moving on. award is our anyway, and we have one of those this year, and that would be from North Platte, Nebraska, Mr. Keith Howe.
You have to hold it that far up to be able to see it anymore.
When the board ordered these, we had to order a minimum of 200, so we figured about 150 years supply left. So you guys got to get working on it. Next award would be the Virgil Pitstick Award. The award is in memory of a generous and talented man from Nebraska City. Long before PPN was formally chartered, Virgil held meetings and demonstrations in his studio to help others enjoy photography as much as he did. He received many awards and honors from the PPN, as well as being involved in many community activities. Virgil was also a recipient of the prestigious National Award. Because of his fervent desire to see young people succeed, the award bearing his name goes to the Novice of the Year, and that award goes to, from Omaha, Nebraska, Justin Zerfus. By the judges. It is not based on a print score. They actually put all the portraits scoring 80 and above up. They look at them and they pick their favorite. And the bio about the Ed Arnold Memorial Award is Ed spent his entire life in the field of photography. He began his career in his father's business, Arnold Studio in South Omaha. Later he became the owner and operator of the studio. He served as president of PPN in 1951. He received the National Award and Honorary Fellow of Photography. He was also active in several civic organizations, and because of his willingness to share his wealth of knowledge, PPN honors his memory by presenting the Ed Arnold Memorial Award to the best portrait of show. And that goes to, again from Columbus, Nebraska, Mr. James Freeze for Strade. On your awards brochure, you will next see the Wedding Photographer of the Year. We will not be awarding that this year. So again, everybody work hard next year. Get some more wedding outfits in. We're going to move on, and I would like to ask Mr. Jeff Funk to come up. We have a new award, or go up, and he's going to talk a little bit about it before we give out this award.
We have created a new award in honor of Les Hassel. And I am up here to tell you about this. Dennis had back surgery 3 weeks ago, so he was unable to come down. He would have liked to have presented this for the first time. He didn't want to drive in the car for 3 hours. I don't blame him. I'll just kind of tell you kind of what it's listed on back here. Les loved to help and serve his fellow photographers. He faithfully served as president of both Nebraska and the HOA associations. Among his many accomplishments were Master of Photography, the degree of Photographic Craftsman, and the Nebraska Diamond Fellow. He was deservingly selected Photographer of the Year twice and Top Master 8 times. None of these honors, however, meant as much to us as the 2 national awards that, I can't see, national awards with which he was recognized by his peers. Les especially enjoyed helping newcomers with their print competitions and welcoming them to our association. Les would have especially been proud to have asked to present this award in his honor. The Less Hassle Award, Memorial Award is awarded to the best non-master print of show. Yep, we're ready.
Okay, again, as he said, best print of show, non-master. Again, this is done on a head-to-head basis. It is not based on score. And that award this year, it is a traveling trophy, so it will have to come back to us next year, and it'll be exchanged with a replacement plaque. But this year's award, first year for the Less Hassle Award, will go to, from Lincoln, Nebraska, Mr. Jeff Bowman for Swept Away. And if I could, I kind of screwed up a little bit here, and I forgot one thing. And typically we have the Traveling Trophy Award winner come up and help present the award. And I forgot to call up, and if he would come up now and receive his replacement plaque, Mr. Jason Sterba for the Virgil Pitstick Award from last year. Next up, the President's Award. And the President's Award is, says, while the greatest majority of our members are portrait photographers, we must never overlook the versatility of our craft. To honor outstanding achievement in a non-portrait, the President's Award is presented to this year. Before we present it, I'm going to call up the person who received it last year. That would be myself, and so I'm going to take this. I'm not going to come up and get it right now, but once I call this person's name, I would like to be there to present it with them. So, did you get all that? Okay. The President's Award goes to, from York, Nebraska, Mr. Steve Abbott for Next, I would like to call up the winner of the Alvin Dewis Award last year, and that would be me again. I'm going to stay here. And at this point, I would like to call up the winner this year, and does anybody have any idea who it's going to be? With a case score of 362.4, and before I go any further, the Alvin Dewis Award is our top Photographer of the Year award with the total print case score. Alvin Dewis was a band teacher from Kimball, Nebraska, who fell in love with photography in the days of black and white. He started a studio in Sydney, soon became active in the PPN. He progressed through all the board of directors positions, continued to be active when his board days were through. Alvin was the first master of photography from Nebraska, as well as secretary of the prestigious Camera Craftsmen of America. He served as a Winona instructor, and the Photographer of the Year award is given in his memory. And that will be, again, with a case score of 362.4. If you don't know who it is, Mr. Jim Freed. Okay, just a couple last notes and then I will get the heck out of here. This year we had a total of 29 cases, which was up about 10% from last year. We had a lot of new people entering. And even with all those new folks entering, we had a total of 113 prints. We had 36 of them that scored 80 or above, which would be a percentage of about 33%. So I think we did really well there. And lastly, before I sit my butt down, I would like to recognize our print crew from Nebraska this year. So if you guys would stand when I call out your name, it would be Mr. Matt Huska, who was our assistant print chairman, Jessica Galaska, Bob and Angie Alberts, Mr. Brad Clark, Mr. Steve Miller, our president, Mr. Steve Miller, and Mindy Parker. And lastly, thank you for the opportunity for letting me do this. Tomorrow morning print pickup is at, I'll have to find out the exact time, but you need to come down and pick up your prints. And I need all of my print crew down there. And then those folks that have won awards tonight, after the evening is over here, if you'll all stay for pictures and try and stay close. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric. I want to personally congratulate all the award winners, non-master and masters alike. As a group, I think you should all be very proud. Nebraska, among the 4 states, as you know, are the smallest membership, but I think per capita we continue to kick butt. I'm a little disappointed myself. Once again, I just missed top 10 by about 300 points. I'd like to call on Donna Sefley Bullock to come up, please. She's going to make the most important presentation of the evening.
Good evening. Can everybody see me and hear me? I opted for here instead of over there because I was kind of worried, you know. Earlier tonight I was offered $200 in the ladies' restroom. Would you please tell me who won this award? I won't say who offered me the $200, but I think she's laughing, so we all know. She didn't think I'd tell her, did she? I want to thank everyone for the honor last year and thank our panel that helped with the selection. As you know, it's the past other 2 recipients, which would be Denny and Pat Hoska. Well, it was kind of Pat, wasn't it, Denny, in the room? And Terry Winslow and past President Brad Clark. Volunteers are truly the lifeblood of the PPOV and its affiliates. Every association has those extraordinary volunteers whose efforts on behalf of the affiliate and its members deserve special recognition. Seeking a way to say thanks to those individuals, the Professional Photographers of America created the National Award in 1958. Each year, PPOV makes this prestigious award available to state, regional, national, and international affiliates, who then present it to deserving individuals. The highest honor granted by the PPOV affiliate, it recognizes those whose support for photography goes far beyond any regular expectations or contributions. The simple inscription on this plaque reads, "For service to professional photography." But we all know it means much more than that. I'm not going to cry. Okay. We're here to honor one of those special individuals. Oh, gee, I really am not going to cry. I cried enough last year. I practiced this thing and I didn't cry in practice. Anyway, we are here to honor one of those special individuals tonight. The PPOV is pleased to share with the Professional Photographers of Nebraska. Let's see. In the presentation, I can't even talk now, of this coveted national award. And it's, you know, Holly Howe and I were talking. They said it's better to give than to receive. And it's been kind of fun planning this award. You know how you have to keep all the secrets and keep calling all the people around, and you know, it's just fun. And one day you all will be in that position where you have to make sure that a caller ID makes it even harder to keep this a secret. You realize that, don't you? Okay, but you know, it doesn't matter what degree you hold in the PPA or the PPN. It matters that you serve the association. You know, and you've seen this individual doing everything, and you know, this is now 30 years that I've been doing this. So this individual came on board after me, so it does make me older than this person. But you know, you see them first at Sergeant of Arms and helping out at hospitality and the trade show and the print show, and then going through the board of directors, and you know, some board of directors make infamous scones too. But for the present board, we'll have a scone making lesson sometime for you, okay? But that's at a special board meeting. Anyway, they say tradition is an anchor of stability, and that's one thing this award is. It's all about tradition. So with those that have received this award in the past, as Nebraska, we're kind of traditional people too, and we have one tradition that falls every fall, and that is our tunnel walk, right? So we're going to form a tunnel walk, everybody. So help me, the past award winners, would you please form your tunnel? Mr. Abbott, stand up. Yes, this would be you. Kind of just right around here, form a little tunnel. Yeah. Yeah. Please. And you know, pretty soon you all can kind of get into the, don't you kind of just do this a little? Yeah, come on, okay. You got to get into it. Okay. Thank you, this is good. Okay, our honorees became interested in photography because they needed one more hour to graduate college. Can you believe it? You do your whole entire career in college for one profession, and then 1 hour makes you a photographer. And not only that, but for the final grade, it was the death of an ice cube. Can you imagine photographing an ice cube melting? Mr. Tom Sterba. You know, this is going to play many, many times. Thank you, Mr. Terry Winslow, for this wonderful slide presentation. We have more to do, but, you know, this just can't be a regular presentation. This is going to be like I'm Diane Sawyer, and you're the guest being interviewed tonight, okay? Don't you love that? Look at Tom's first studio session. Oh, no, look at that stomach. Look at their chest. Okay, I understand that it's because of your good wife you got your first gig in photography. Is that correct?
Sure.
Is this going to be only a yes?
Yes.
I understand it was a wedding, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about that wedding?
I made $35.
Very nice. Okay. Well, and tell me about the death of an ice cube. I mean, I think I've seen your work. I think you have better work now, don't you?
I had to do a series.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that precious? You were a young guy back then. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going on. Well, and so your wife got you your first gig. So your wife is very important in your business, would you not say?
I'd say.
Okay. All right. All right. Just want to make sure. Okay. In 1984, your first camera room was?
My living room.
Yes, can you believe that, folks? Okay, so you did that answer very well. Okay, you got involved with PPGO first.
Yep.
And then the PPN.
Yep.
And Linda Corns.
Linda.
She led you by the hand.
She was the best.
Tell me about that.
She led me by the hand.
Did anybody see any of these convention prints today that maybe had a black marker around it and then it had a little oops slip on it?
That could have been one or two.
Did that happen to your first print?
couple of them.
Yeah, okay. Mark Gerber told me about that one, and he said of all things, you know, you're trying so careful, and then at the last minute the magic marker slips. Okay, well.
That's how you took care of straight hair too.
Oh, really? Okay. Now, I am told that you are behind the camera, behind the computer, and you book weddings.
I do it all.
Well, I'm told you do not answer the phone and you do not do sales.
I know.
See, and that's why I know you don't answer the phone, because it was easy to plan this. You don't ever answer the phone, okay? Okay. And I also understand that one of your best moments in your career was winning co-wedding photographer of the year with son Jason.
Last year, yeah.
Okay, and do I see that daughter Stephanie's in the house?
Yeah.
And Miss Kristen? Very well. And your right-hand person, Miss Marcia? And Marcia, it's only right that you come up. Would you come up, please? No, you've got to come up, Marcia. Come on.
Yeah, Marcia!
Since you do answer the telephone and you do the sales, okay? She's gonna, that's fine. Marcia, we want to give you these. And now, I know this is a little unorthodox, but I'm definitely unorthodox. And since this is one of my sons, you did that at my convention. See, those are my 3 sons telling me as state president they saw no evil, spoke no evil, whatever it was. But I am very honored to pin this on you. I cried. Oh, there's me. Oh, yes. You guys sang to me that night. That was really fun, too. And the award. And some words.
Oh my God.
Speech.
Oh, in front of the penis. We just talked about that. You know, this is really cool. It's tough to be up here and be recognized by like people that you I don't want to do this. You know, I mean, because I have so much respect for everybody out here, and I never feel that I deserve this. You know, because I mean, there are some great people out there that that helped me along the way, and you know, even tonight, I had a tough day. I don't get to know that, but you know, I called Terry, got Mark Higgins. These guys all came over, bailed me out, and walked me through some stuff. Just sat there and patted me on the back while I went through peer withdrawal and tried to get the slideshows ready for HOA. And you know, and it was just cool. You know, I mean, that's what it's all about. And you know, thank you, and I love you guys.